Okay, welcome back. Now I'm doing my my liquid dish soap video. Last night I did my fabric softener video and it came out very well. Just to start out, I'm using, this is my bowl. I grated it. I tried to put it in the blender, but that did not work out for me. This lady did hers in the blender, but mine is a lot older, and she put some borax in hers, 20 mule borax, and mine did not come out like that, so I just had to put a little bit of muscle in it and grate it. But this is 2 bars of Castile's Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, not that other stuff. That's not the real stuff, so Dr. Bronner's is the better one. I use 2 bars of that. One is the almond one is the lavender. 4 bars of zote pink soap, and I'm going to start out with 2 gallons of water, but I think for the whole thing I'm going to use 4. I'll see how it comes out, how thick it comes out when I do 4, because I have to mix it up and, you know, try to get it blended really good. But I'm going to start out with this, and I'm going to let it sit in the pot with 2 gallons of distilled water, and these are all of my ingredients. This is 1 cup of vinegar, a box of super baking soda, 1 cup of vegetable glycerin. This is rose petal powder. It's an Ayurvedic powder that you get from the Indian store, and it smells like crushed roses. It smells really good. It's good for your skin, and it adds a little bit of color and fragrance. Most people don't do that, you know, because they're basic, but I just always add something extra. This is the zote soap wrapper here, and I did 4 of these. And this is the Castile soap wrappers. This is the almond one and the lavender. They were $4.29 a piece. And I already had my glycerin, I already had my rose powder, and the vinegar was only 1 cup of that. And the super washing soda, that's $4 from Walmart. And each gallon of your distilled water is 80 cents. I'll calculate everything. These are the containers that I'm using to for right now, but I'll probably be using my my 5-gallon bins from last night, and then I have to split it up into 3. I have 3 of them right here. I have to split it up into 3, and I know if you don't add enough water and it gets too thick, you got to keep adding boiling water. You got to just keep adding water, and until it gets to like a gel consistency of like regular dish detergent. But usually when you do things natural, it never comes out like that, because they add so much other stuff to make it smoother when they do it, you know, in the factories and stuff like that. So just keep in mind, if you're trying to make something yourself, it's never going to be the desired consistency as it would in the store, because you're using all natural ingredients. I'll come back with a video and let you know why I use what I use, how much of what I use of each ingredient, and the value of each ingredient to what I'm putting in, and the cost. See you in a minute. I decided to move forward and boil some of my water. I filled the pot up. I haven't turned it on yet. And this is another gallon, I think, and a half of water in this pot here. And I already washed out my bowl. And what I'm going to do is put my rose powder. I don't have the ingredients on hand and how much I'm putting in, but I think this is a cup of rose powder. Glycerin. And this is the baking soda. What I'm gonna do is just stir this, right? I'm not gonna put the vinegar in now because it's gonna make the vinegar and the baking soda mixing together. It's gonna make it like bubble and sizzle and all that. And I just wanna add it into the pot when I get done mixing everything up. And you don't need to boil this in with the water. It just needs to be added in before the cooling process. So I just did that, and I'm going to go and wash these bowls out in the meantime, because I want to mop my kitchen floor. I can do this while I'm waiting on everything. So I'm going to go ahead and wash these containers. And I'll come back with the exact recipe that I did for everything, so I can have it notated in the video. So I'll be back once again. Okay, I'm just mixing this. This is the rose powder, the baking soda, and the glycerin. Okay, the reason why I used baking soda, I gotta look that up, honestly. I like to be honest and truthful when I make my videos and when I'm making my different products that I do. So I'm going to find out what the thing is about baking soda. But vinegar, as we all know, I saw somewhere, I did a little bit of research, and I saw somewhere that you could actually add vinegar to your dishwasher instead of jet dry to get the dishes. You know how, like, if you're washing wine glasses and expensive silverware, like if companies coming over, if you're having dinner, important dinner, like important people coming over or family members, you want your dishes and your silverware and your glasses to be shiny, and you want it to literally look like there are no spots on it, no water spots or anything of that sort. So you want it to be as clean as possible. Vinegar does that. You can wash your car windows. Well, you can clean your car windows with vinegar. You can clean mirrors with vinegar, because that's all that Glass Plus is. So that's a cheaper way to cut down on money as well. Moving forward, the vinegar actually helps to cut the grease. It helps to odorize your dishes. Like some people like to add bleach when they like you doing something to meat, and then you put the uncooked meat on a plate or something. Like me, I'm kind of vicious, but I mean, I know it's not good, but maybe like 2 tablespoons of bleach and 2 tablespoons of ammonia, and then you fill the rest of the bottle up with water. It's good for cleaning dishes with uncooked meat. You know, I don't want to say bloody or whatever, but you know, it gets the germs off and it keeps you from getting sick. Salmonella, E. coli, all kind of different viruses you can get from that. So the vinegar helps with that. Now, the glycerin, of course, the glycerin keeps it from clumping up. When you make anything, you want to add glycerin to anything that you make. Glycerin is in everything that you can think of, from toothpaste to candles, well, not candles, but toothpaste to liquid detergent, anything you can think of that you would put on your body or wash anything with or clean anything, glycerin is in it. If it's only like a tablespoon or a teaspoon, glycerin is there. So you want to always add that. But specifically for your homemade recipe, this gives it a jelly-like consistency to flow out of the container a little bit easier, and it helps it to keep from clumping up over time. Now, the super washing soda, as you may already well know, that you can wash your clothes with it, as well as the borax. It helps to make your dishes cleaner. And when you add in the borax, I do need to let you know that this, when you make this recipe here, is not going to be that sudsy. Just because you don't have any suds doesn't mean that your dishes are not getting cleaned. So don't get that twisted, don't get it confused, because a lot of people think if I don't have suds, my dishes aren't going to get clean. But the vinegar will cut the grease, the borax also, and the washing soda. So this is my recipe: 4 bars of zote soap, 2 bars of castile soap, 2 different fragrances is my choice. The zote soap is 97 cents a piece at Walmart. The borax is $4 at Walmart. The washing soda is $4 at Walmart. I may have to use like 7 gallons of water, I'm not sure, but that's 80 cents a piece. Because for this recipe, for every bar of soap you use, you need 1 gallon of water for every bar of soap. So I got 4 bars of soap, the 2 castile, and 1 full box of super washing soda. So that's 7 right there, pretty much. And you need 3/4 cup of baking soda, 1 cup of a half a cup of rose powder, but that's my own addition just to make it smell good. And you can actually use rose powder for face mask, body. You can put it in your water when you soak your feet, and it's okay to wash dishes with. It's not a problem. It's just for fragrance, and it's pretty much like putting roses in the water. That's all that is. And like I said, I'm just going to continually add in bulk gallons of water to see how much I need, because as far as I know, I may not have enough. So I'm going to go ahead and stir all this up now and see how far I get with this, and then I'll be back again. I'll be back with the final cost of everything, and I may stretch the video longer for the final cost. So I gave you my ingredients. I gave you how much I did and how I'm mixing everything. And so what I owe you now is the finished product after everything is made. And that's it. Oh yeah, and what I do, I buy a really huge bottle of Dawn soap, and I put a 1/4 cup, 1/4 cup into my empty bottle of this detergent that I'm using. And this is my normal bottle that I have. This is the Palmolive. I don't know how many ounces that is, but it looks like it could be 16 ounces maybe. But I put a full, when I run out, this is all of this soap I have right here. So when I run out of that, I'm going to do a 1/4 cup first at the bottom, and then fill the rest up with my recipe. Every time it empties out, I do that. And that's Dawn soap. You know Dawn soap, it cleans everything and it's good for everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue and let y'all know how I do. But in between time, I have to go to the store. I gotta mop the floor. I got a lot of stuff I want to get done today. So I'll be back again. Bye. Okay, it's looking like brownie mix. And then I put the washing, put this whole box of super washing soda, and I'm just gonna mix this. It's gonna be really thick, really thick. So I might add some water in it just to thin it up a little bit. And then when I'm done measuring what's on the stove into my 3 buckets, then I'll pour this in a little bit at a time and see how we get from there. And then I'll be back for the rest. Okay. So I'm just gonna do everything like I said and get back with y'all with the results. So you have your calculations, you have your ingredients, which I also write in the description bar, and hopefully you'll be doing this. Keep in mind that you only probably need 1 to 2 tablespoons per load, if not that much, for your laundry detergent. But I think the last time I made this was the same time I made the laundry powder, which was a year ago. So let's see how this works out. I'll be back again. Bye. Okay, I'm back. I calculated all my costs. Now for the Castile soap, I bought 2. It was $4.29 each. I'm rounding off to the nearest cent, or to the nearest 10 cent. So that was $8.60. Water, 7 gallons, 88 cents from Walmart. It rounded it off to 90. That I might be using 7 gallons. If I use more, I'll recalculate it to let y'all know what the difference is. It's $6.30 for 1 small box of baking soda. It's $1. An 8-ounce bottle of glycerin, I looked on Walmart.com just for reference, it's $8. But I bought I make other products, so I buy glycerin by the gallon. And I can't remember how much that is, so that's irrelevant right now. For the zote soap, 4 bars at $1 a piece, that's $4. The washing soda and the borax were both $4 each. I calculated the borax even though I only used 3/4 of a cup, because you can use it for other stuff too, like if you make your fabric softener and your for your fabric softener and for your powdered detergent, powdered laundry detergent. The rose petal, which this is completely optional, is $4 for 1 box, and that's, you can use that. That's enough to make for this recipe here. The vinegar, which I used a cup of vinegar for 16 ounces from Walmart, is $2. So all that added up to $41.90. So after I mixed this, and I still forgot to turn the doggone stove on, so I gotta go ahead and do that. So when I boil everything, make it come to a liquid consistency with the soap on the stove and the water, mix this in front of me, join everything together. I might have to use I might have to either get a bin from out of the back or split it up into my 3 buckets just to make sure, but I think I'm gonna get the bin because it's gonna be easier, because that's just too much work splitting everything up. It'll add a whole nother hour. Okay, this is the laundry detergent in the sink. As you can see, it's not that much suds in it, but it's going to get the dishes real clean. I'm about to calculate how much I made. I gave these 3 gallons away to my neighbors, so that's 128 ounce times 3. And then I have these 3. The other one is in the hallway. These 3 are 5 gallon, but I calculated it. So as soon as I calculate it, I'll let y'all know how many ounces I got out of each. So I'll be back. Just a minute. Okay, I calculated all of my everything I did, and I did 48 ounces. I had 37 count of 48 ounces each, and I did 3 gallons, 128 ounces each. So when you multiply those two figures and add it up together, it came out to 2,160 ounces. So if I only use 2 tablespoons a piece, that should last me 2,160 loads of dishes. And what I do is, no matter what size container I use, I bought a big enough to fit a gallon and a half of Dawn detergent, but you can use the Great Value, which is it's less than $6. It's a big container, Great Value version of Dawn, and use 1/4 of a cup. If you're using a big container, a big dishwashing detergent container, use a 1/3 of a cup at the most. But it's a 1/4 cup to a 1/3 cup first, and then you add your detergent in the container when you're using it 1 bottle at a time, and that should be enough. And this ends my video. I hope y'all have enough patience to watch it, because I know it's like 30 minutes long, but this ends it. So bye. One more thing, I had to double up on my water, because when I let the 7 gallons sit and I mix everything and I let the 7 gallons sit overnight, it was really like JELLO. It was too thick, maybe a little bit thicker than that. So I had to redo everything all over again and add 7 more gallons of water. So with that being said, with this recipe, I think you should go half and half. Every ingredient that I do, use half instead of what I did. Because when I do it for my house, I do it just to last me a lot longer. So I wouldn't have to worry about, constantly doing it. Because this is very time consuming. That's the only con about this. The pro is it saves you a lot of money. But the con is that it's very time consuming. Like, it took me like 2 or 3 days to do it, and that's a long time. And I'm done. I'm gone. So thank y'all for watching if you could, and bye bye again.